Hey folks, just a quick update on my oral ectosterone experiment. I wasn't going to do an update this quick, but I decided to because I've been pleasantly surprised with the results. One thing I notice in difference from the injectable version is that I actually have the energy that everybody talks about in the gym. I had never taken a potent enough oral dose, and with the injectable dose, I guess maybe the delivery was so even and mild that I just didn't have that boost. But my goodness, I've been having this in my coffee, and when I go to the gym, it's go time. That's not like me. I'm kind of a lazy bastard, to be honest with you. So this has been a pleasant surprise. But the other thing too is this is why I'm doing this video, is I want to illustrate this in real time in front of you, vulnerable here. I've got a black background, just basic lighting, no pump. This is first thing rolling out of bed here. So I wanted to do this as pure as possible. I'm going to drink this. This is just a quarter of my daily dose in water, nothing else. I was going to use coffee, but then somebody might say, well, it's the coffee. I want to show you what happens. I want you to see my body transform in front of your eyes. I'll have to speed this up a little bit. You're not going to want to stand here or sit here and watch me stand here for 10 minutes while this takes effect and gets in my system. But this is a quarter dose, so 350 milligrams of ectosterone, complexed with a little bit of piperin. I don't have my new batch of piperin in yet, just in water. So watch what happens here, okay? Get a look. This is me being vulnerable. No pump, no special lighting, no flex, no nothing, okay? Now, while I talk to you, what I want you to think about is go back at the end of this video, or maybe I'll throw up a before and after. But I'm going to tell you my experiences so far, and while I talk about that, we're going to watch this ectosterone take effect right in front of your eyes. This is the nitric oxide boosting effects. But let's put that aside for a moment. What I am seeing, even in just 2 days, is what I would call nutrient partitioning effects. I seem to be managing blood sugar maybe a little bit better. My thinking is very clear. That's usually a sign that your blood sugars are under control. If you're becoming a little bit insulin insensitive after you've been eating sloppy for a while, let's say, if you're aware of what's going on in your body, you'll start to notice that. You're a little bit tired after meals, blah, blah, blah. So I have definitely been eating like a fool. But I haven't changed that. And the muscle fullness is better. I'm a little tighter. It's like a recomp, just like a little mini recomp. And I know, and you probably know, that what this is mineral retention, glycogen retention in the muscle, which, pulls water into the muscle and away from the outer layer where we have our subcutaneous fat. Okay? So now think about this. A lot of people use something like D-ball just to round out. And why would they use D-ball? Because D-ball has, like it or not, for most people, very strong estrogenic effects, okay? So you end up holding a lot of water. And if you're one of the people that responds well to D-ball, then you hold that water where you want it. If you're one of the people that do not respond well to it, you're going to look like the Michelin Man. I had a buddy good grief, 15 years ago, maybe 16, 17 years ago, that was just dabbling with steroids and things like that. And he showed up at my house, and I hadn't seen him in maybe 2 or 3 days, and he had a double chin, and he was bloated. I mean, Nikocado avocado jokes about, this is all water weight. But this really was, and that is in no way healthy. So not everybody responds that way to D-ball. But with ectosterone, it's attaching only, as far as we know, it's affecting other receptors. But from what we understand, it's attaching itself to the estrogen beta, or estrogen receptor beta, which it doesn't have the feminizing effects when it does, but it does stimulate some of that growth pathway, which could just be, what we would refer to as nutrient partitioning. So that's what I believe I'm seeing. It's also said to help pull lipids out of the digestive system as you go, and as it goes through your system. If that's the case, then that would add to the nutrient partitioning effects that you would see when you take it orally. Now, when you inject it, it's going into your bloodstream. You're going to get the anabolic effects and that sort of thing, but you're not going to get maybe the digestive system effects. Excuse me, I've got an alarm going off. I'll be right back. Well, I can't blame the cats for that one. They didn't set that alarm, so. I promise you, no tricks. As you can see, nothing obviously different here, but just had to shut that alarm off. But that's my take on it so far, is that I see some of that digestive effect. And in fact, the funny thing is I've got this in a glycerin and water base, and my fear personally was that I was going to get the shits, that I was going to take a big old slug of glycerin and in the end just whoosh. If you've ever had a sports drink or something that has too much glycerin in it, you find out real quick what that does to you if you take too much. Okay, so far so good. I haven't had anything like that. I haven't had any weird digestive issues, and I'm taking, like I say, I made my mix with a much larger volume this time than what I intended to. So I'm taking something like 8 teaspoons a day. So I put a couple teaspoons in my coffee, I put a couple teaspoons in my coffee, and then a couple in my protein shake and a couple in my protein shake, right? So, yeah, but as you see, you can just drink it with water. You can squirt a little bit of flavor in there if you want, or maybe that's what I'll put in it, some kind of flavoring. But I believe it works well. Now, I don't know how long it's been, but I can kind of already start to feel a little bit of something, okay? And, once again, is there any difference? I don't know. To me, look, I've got a little bit of a vein starting to come out. This is not the best lighting, but I can feel a little bit of a tightness already. And I still feel just a little bit of my bicep vein coming out. I haven't done anything. I haven't, touched a weight. I haven't done anything. I haven't flexed until just right there. And this is first thing in the morning again for me. Late morning, I will admit, but no other activity. So again, I'll throw up a before and after, but it's strange. Realistically, it's going to take 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, something like that. I think we are 8 minutes into this video, which means it's only been 5 or 6 minutes since I drank that. But again, like I say, no pump, no pump up, no nothing. Look at my chest. From before when I just did that. Okay? Subtle, yes. But the funny thing is on the first day that I took it, I'll be honest, I'd had 3 servings total throughout the day before I hit the gym. And I don't know, man, I was jazzed. Maybe it's the placebo effect. Maybe it was the caffeine, but it's the same coffee I always drink, right? So I get in there, and as soon as I walk in, I'm getting a look from this guy, and he comes over to me and he goes, "How long have you been working out?" Well, I'll take that as a compliment, right? So I got to tell you, the morning before I took that, I looked flat as could be. And I hadn't had like a bunch of big meals or anything. I think I'd had 1 protein shake and a couple of, 3 coffees or something like that with the Ecdysterone in it. And that's it. So I think I'll end it here. But I just want you to see that this is, there's just a little bit of an Insta-pump all the time. And if you think about that, if you're holding more water in your muscle and you're getting more of a roundness, and you see that helps you with your strength in the gym. Of course, it helps you with your look, that sort of thing. But I just can't believe the little quick changes that have happened in just a couple of days. And again, we all know this is water movement, water migration, from where we're looking watery and flat and, we've had a little too much salt or something to getting it into the muscles. But guess what? We all know if we've been around a while and we're realistic with ourselves, that's a big part of what anabolic supplements do. Creatine, D-ball, that sort of thing. And once again, folks, I'm on my TRT dose, nothing else. I'm not taking any growth hormone. I'm not taking any insulin at this point. I'm not opposed to any of that. I'm not a big fan of growth hormone, but I'm not on anything else. So I'm keeping this as pure as possible. I just want to see what the results are. So once again, I'm going to stand here. Don't flex the abs, just stand here. Just look. Any change? We'll see. I'll edit it together and we'll see what we got.